Vauxhall's iconic VXR badge means different things to different people. It's iconic nonetheless. However, it's been 4 years since a VXR badge car rolled off of the production line. And since those 4 years, it's a completely different world. A world which is focused on electrification. So, Vauxhall are getting ready to rebrand their performance division. And now it's called the GSe. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you around what is now Vauxhall's quickest car that you can buy. I know, it's an SUV family car and it's their quickest car. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you like new car reviews and car content, then don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But GSe isn't actually a new badge for Opel. It's been around since the 80s. This is the original Monza GSe that wore the iconic badge. During this time, GSe was an abbreviation of the German words Grand Sport Einspritzung, or injection in English. However, in 2020, it was redesigned for the future of electrification, and it all started with this. This absolute beauty was Opel's concept car, taking the old Opel Manta and turning it into something very modern. GSe this time around, of course, standing for electric. It's very exciting. We all love a classic car which has been restored to be electrified. It's got that awesome visor front grille, and it was the first vehicle to tease the new GSe badge. Now the difference with this vehicle is it's actually got a manual gearbox in an electric car. Now unfortunately, none of the new GSe models are going to have a manual gearbox, but they're still very cool. The new GSe badge will be worn by 3 different vehicles to start off with. The Astra Sports Tourer, and also this, the Grandland. Now the main difference is the Astras get a 1.6 litre hybrid engine and produce around 225 brake horsepower. A nice offering, right? But this, the Grandland, takes the same engine, but it also gets an electric motor on the front and the rear. That makes this car all-wheel drive, and it actually has an output of 300 PS and 520 Newton meters of torque, so it's pretty spicy. Apart from the hike in power, there are some physical and mechanical changes too. These include a lower ride height. The GSe Grandland is 100mm lower than the standard car. It also gets a dedicated chassis that features a unique suspension setup and revised steering collaboration. The new suspension includes McPherson struts at the front and multi-link axle at the rear. The Grandland also features a new set of 19-inch Aero enhanced alloy wheels. On top of all of this, it also gets a new set of Koni dampers, which uses a frequency selective technique, which enables the Grandland to embody different driving characteristics. As I mentioned, the Grandland GSe combines the same 1.6 litre, 225 PS petrol engine, but it also features not 1 but 2 electric motors, 1 on each axle, and gives a combined output of 300 PS and 520 Newton meters of torque, making it the most powerful Vauxhall on sale today. The plug-in hybrid powertrain makes the Grandland GSe a permanent electric all-wheel drive vehicle. 0 to 62 miles per hour takes just 6.1 seconds, while the top speed is 146 miles per hour and 84 miles per hour if you're in just electric mode. Whilst the electric range is around 41 miles, although I can imagine that that is optimistic. But the magic number is 40 miles of range because that means that it sits in a lower tax bracket. The Grandland GSe comes with a Type 2 charging cable and 3.7 kilowatt onboard charger as standard, providing a charge time of 4 hours. There is also an optional 7.4 kilowatt onboard charger, which reduces this to 2 hours. Inside, you're greeted with a very smart set of Alcantara sport seats, which certainly do look quite sporty and special. My only complaint is that some bright stitching wouldn't have gone amiss to bring a pop of colour inside. The GSe's hybrid battery and rear motor does unfortunately eat into some boot space, which stands at 390 litres, down from 514 in the combustion engine model. Rear space is acceptable and there's plenty of headroom. However, there are some more spacious rivals and the lack of USB ports is a shame. Having actually had the chance to drive both the Astra and the Grandland GSe back to back, I'm surprised at how quite different these vehicles are. Of course, this one has considerably more power, around 70 plus brake horsepower, and you can feel that. Plus, that's combined with the fact that it's also four-wheel drive, and it makes a big difference. Something else that's quite shocked me is the suspension. It feels quite a lot firmer on the Grandland compared to the Astra. Of course, both cars get a slightly firmer suspension, but it just feels more apparent in this car. I'm struggling to understand who's going to be the target audience for this vehicle, because the Grandland is a family car and it also gets bought a lot on the Motability scheme. And I'm not too sure that those customers are also looking for something which is as spicy and firm as this car is. There's no doubt that this electrified SUV offers an interesting proposition. Hybrid power is great for those that complete short journeys. Four-wheel drive is very practical, and the power and slightly more engaging drive is the cherry on top. But the price tag of just under £44,000 has got a real sting in its tail. That might work for company car drivers, but those looking for private purchases may be a little put off. One way or another, Vauxhall's performance variants of their cars have always been a little bit controversial, and I think that that's not going to change now either. Perhaps the GSe badge doesn't quite come with some of the power that some people may be hoping for, but still, it's a nice offering. And in not much of an uplift over the ultimate existing vehicles, I think it offers people a really nice different option to choose for their Grandland and Astra. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you have liked it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you wanted to see more videos from me on Also Social UK, then hit the subscribe button. Until next time guys, see you later.